Hola! So, I didn't really plan on making this video. I didn't plan on any of this happening. I don't really know how to start. I mean, it's quite obvious. I don't know what to say. I'm not mad. What kind of questions will you guys have? I have had work done on my nose in the past. I've never been happy with the tip of my nose. Now more than ever. I didn't expect something like this to happen to me. My nose is constantly running. I'm sure you can hear that I can hardly breathe. I have not been working. And so I wanted to focus on my social media and focus on my music. I had spent a long time changing how I looked, and I feel like it made me a lot happier. It really did. I think we'll start with what I had actually planned on making a video about. A lot of you have noticed there's a lump here in my cheek. Sometimes you can see it. I mean, you guys have probably read about the work I've had done, but in regards to this, I did plan on making a video about, but now it just seems so much less important. It seems frivolous, but what had happened was a ligament in my cheek had been torn by a nurse while I was having what are these called, like, you know, these creases? While I was having this area filled, there was a lot of scar tissue on this side from what I had done previously. So she had to try and wrestle through scar tissue when she was doing that. She went through a ligament and the whole ligament tore. And that can happen a lot. You know, there's a lot of ligaments that are less important than some of the others. When this one happened, I heard an audible pop. Sometimes, you know, when I had my ears done, I could hear the sewing and all of that, but it was internally. Like, I could hear that it was inside my body. When this happened, I could hear from outside. The pop of the ligament was so loud I could hear it from outside, not just like my inner ear hearing that there's something going on. I thought everything would be fine, and I clearly was wrong, because now I have a dimple down here and a lump here. And I started to become unhappy that had happened, especially given that I'm spending this time now in front of a camera almost every day. And I knew that from having my lips done, the last time I had my lips done, I did go quite large, and I felt like maybe that was maybe an overkill, and there were certain things I wanted to bring back and just bring back to reality, just bring my whole look back to reality, really, especially with music coming out soon. I didn't want it to seem, the music that's coming out this year, I've worked really hard on, and I've put a lot of myself into, and I knew that because of the articles that have been out about me, because of some of the interviews I've done, because of the work I've had done, I didn't feel like it all aligned or it all matched up. So I wanted to change my aesthetic, I guess, and just have a more softer, natural look, which is not something I had ever gone for. You know, I've never been happy with the tip of my nose. I've had work done on my nose. As far as every other part of my nose goes, you can see it's quite straight, it's quite smooth. It's relatively close to my face. I mean, it like, there's clear definition in my nose that I've had work done. I totally get that, but the tip of my nose, the cartilage on the end of my nose, I had never been happy with. I had never had anything done about it. And it's quite clear now that one of these things is not like the others. I mean, there's no, I can get my finger in under there, but this, I can't breathe out of this nostril. It's constantly running, and so is this one. As a trans woman, my voice is probably it doesn't bother me, but my voice is something that I'm aware is kind of I guess a giveaway, you know? And not that I'm trying to deny that I'm trans or trying to, you know, hide any part of who I am, but I'm very aware of my voice. And now, for something like this, I mean, it's not just affected how I look, it's also affected how I sound as well. Particularly, I know the music in the past that I've released hasn't had vocals on it, but this music that will be coming out does. I don't know what you guys want to know. I really don't. I've pre-recorded quite a lot of videos, so I think I'm gonna upload them pretty frequently just to get them out of the way. Hopefully, by the time that those, and there's quite a lot of videos, I think there's about 8 videos, and that I do all of my content in advance, mostly, for the most part, unless it's something that is time sensitive like this. I know that you guys have been reading about it and have had some questions. Things like this, or that are time sensitive, obviously I like to upload and film in real time, or as close to as possible. But for most of my content, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, most of it is actually done in advance. I'm hoping that this can be changed, that I can not have this situation going on by the next time that I start recording and uploading. I can't guarantee it. You know, I've been talking to a few people and I think it's possible. Whether that means taking a slight break, I don't want to do that. But I think I'm hoping that this is something that by the time my next scheduled, I mean, I can do it whenever I want. I have all the time in the world. But next time I get around to banking a few videos up, that I don't need to worry about this situation or this situation. Particularly, I am under a bit of a time crunch in regards to my next single. I do have photo shoots coming up for that, which we'll just have to see. I mean, you know, you can only do what you can do, but I think everything happens how it should. Everything, you know, it is what it is. But I know a lot of you had kind of suspicions about, in regards to some of the things I was posting, that I posted a lot of photos in the same area or same space, or clearly from the same time frame, and I was kind of staggering them out, and that my videos, you know, certain things weren't aligning, and you guys figured that I was probably having something done, or I was working on something. I had hoped that I could come back and not have to address it. I know that that seems odd for me, given that so much of what I've had done, or so much of my life isn't private. So I know that it was a bit of a reach to assume, let alone when something like this happens. But I just had hoped that I'd have been able to be a bit sneaky about, you know, filming and, you know, creating all this content in advance, so that when time comes around where I have to create some more content, you guys didn't really notice I was gone, or that anything had happened, or that there was anything like that. I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions. I'm happy to answer them. I think that I'm really hoping that I can get away with just uploading what I've already got saved. Figure this all out. Have it all figured out. Surgeries and cosmeticals and just anything to do with my appearance, or my transition in general, I don't really document for just, it feels reckless to me to document those kinds of things, because I do everything for myself, and I do it for how it will work for my life. And I've always felt like it may be reckless to document those things, and that's why I haven't shared this journey. And now I'm in a situation where I have to kind of address something I really didn't want to, but I think I'm hoping that this is just a blip. From what I know, it's not a huge... You can see there's clearly, there's also a weakness in this side of my nose. I mean, that could just be swelling, like that curvature, I'm hoping, but it's a lot to get into, and it's something I'm still figuring out. And I didn't think I'd have to make a video like this. I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want to make a video like this, and I didn't want I mean, even you can see where the skin, if I do that, is not, aside from the obvious things aren't right. I'm not mad at anyone, and I do believe that it was an anomaly that was not due to lack of care. But it's something that I needed to address because you guys had questions. I had hoped I didn't have to, and I could have had this sorted before filming again, or before uploading, or before even, the photo shoot for my single. It's looking more and more unlikely that, this is obviously something I can't hide, particularly now. But it's seeming more and more unlikely that it's something I can avoid sharing. Or, that's probably the wrong word because I'm sat here sharing it right now, but what I mean is, I had hoped I could have made my content before anybody knew about this. Sweep it under the rug without anyone knowing. And that wasn't possible, unfortunately. But this is a bit of a sad video, I guess, and it's a bit of a melancholy video, and it's a little bit sad. And I'm just trying to keep a optimistic view on how things are. I don't want to have a cry about it. I don't want to go, poor me, we all know. We all know how I got here. So it's no secret, but yeah, I guess look forward to my other videos. They're pretty good. They're just me, doing what I do best. So look out for them. There's going to be another one up this week that I filmed again a while ago. For the next few weeks, I think there'll be some pre-recorded videos. I might, just to break it up and give you guys updates, I'll probably upload in real time, let you know how things are, let you know what's happening where I'm at. But I think it's also definitely a touchy subject for me to talk about right now because I still don't know what's happening. I still don't know where we're going with this, but we'll get there. We'll be fine. Subscribe, I guess. Check out some of my other videos because they're not all like this. And yeah. Subscribe. Thanks.